Guys, C here, and welcome to another Hell in a Cell review. Tonight we have, or today we have, we have Hell in a Cell 2009, CM Punk versus The Undertaker for CM Punk's World Heavyweight Championship. At stake, there was just the championship, nothing really big. Punk had won the championship about a month earlier at the end of August from Jeff Hardy, and he cashed in Money in the Bank. I believe. Oh no. No, it wasn't it? Because I believe that last match they had with each other, they had a match where Punk defended his title in August 28th, 2009, which I believe was the loser leaves WWE match that made Jeff leave for 8 years. So at least he actually held that to heart. All right then. And then the winner who was Punk, got The Undertaker at the upcoming Breaking Point pay-per-view. Punk won, and he kept his belt. Oh wait, no. That was before he wrestled Taker. He had won the previous match, so the Breaking Point main event was ready. Taker had the Hell's Gate submission in, and Punk did tap out. However, right after, Teddy Long came out and reminded The Undertaker that his hold had been banned. The match reset, and Punk managed to get the Anaconda Vice. And while the crowd waited to see if Undertaker would actually tap, Scott Armstrong suddenly called for the bell and signaled that Punk had won. There was nothing really important, honestly. However, it did lead to that hilarious SmackDown moment where Teddy Long got into the back of a limousine and Taker was driving it, and the whole "buckle up, Teddy." That was great. It's perfect. One of the best SmackDown moments. Anyway, a rematch was booked. After the kidnapping, his submission move was reinstated. He and Punk would be forced to defend the title in a rematch at Hell in a Cell. This was the opening match and only lasted, I think, just over like 10 minutes, so it wasn't that impressive of a match for sure. But for what it was alright. But to be fair, it wasn't much. 10 minutes, 24 seconds. That's pretty short for a Hell in a Cell world title match. I think it might be, I don't know if it's the shortest, but it's definitely one of the shortest of all time. But regardless, before the bell rang, Jim Ross was really putting over that Punk looked very confident. He didn't even flinch at the sight of the Undertaker. He was not afraid at all. So let's get into the actual match. Taker came out to his normal thing, nothing important. Immediately after the bell rang, Taker came out swinging, causing Punk to immediately take a step back. Taker took advantage of the cell very early on, using it as a weapon. Punk was in trouble from the opening bell and did pretty good at actually selling the Undertaker, beating the crap out of him. After slamming the steps into Taker's knee, Punk gained his first offensive flurry of the match. He actually got some offense in. It was at this point that the crowd began to chant for both men. This was a definite sign of things to come for the Second City Saint, as he eventually became one of WWE's most popular superstars. I mean, it was about 2 years later, almost, but overall, it was very back and forth in terms of who had the upper hand, as Taker basically just did his normal thing and beat the crap out of Punk, but Punk kept targeting the knee, and that put him up in the upper hand for a few minutes, and then he got beat up again. Punk even brought in a steel chair, but it did not work, as he nailed Punk on the last ride, who kicked at it too. And his toughness was put over by JR and Todd Grisham. I don't care. No one really remembers who he is, so. The announcers, how about that? Suddenly, the world champion was in the driver's seat and it looked as though he could possibly pull off a win. However, after taking a chair shot, he was immediately put into a chokeslam, and that led to the tombstone and the end of the match. Which led to Taker winning the world title in like 10 minutes. Nice. I mean, it set the tone for the rest of the night. So, at least it was like a solid match in that case, but not much. Although, there's a rumor that went around for a while that Punk was buried due to disrespect to Undertaker and management, which has happened in the past, DDP. But it was later said that he was punished for a dress code violation for it, so I guess that's how it went. If there's anything else, then let me know in like the comments or something, but that's the only thing that I know about it. But overall, the match was not a classic by any means. But it was, for what it was alright. For a 10-minute Hell in a Cell match, it was pretty good. My rating of it, though, I think this is the lowest rating I've had so far, is a 6. Just because it was not that great, not that entertaining. That hopefully would be the lowest on this entire like month's Hell in a Cell reviews, because most of the matches I'm going over are like the really good ones. So, because I believe there are 40 Hell in a Cells, and I only started on like 7th or 8th of October, so I only had like 3 weeks, so I had to cut some out. But regardless, that's the wrong thing. Regardless, my rating is 6 out of 10 because it was a solid match. Kind of a burial of Punk after he just won the world title. He got kind of buried and fell down the card for another year and a half. So that's probably going to be it for this review. If you enjoyed, leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys tomorrow with the next one.